Okay. Hi. Let's start in just a comfortable seated position today. And if you like to have something to prop up the seat, by all means, just let your eyes close and notice your exhale. Allowing the inhales to come, but really focusing on the settling, the dropping, the grounding of the exhale. As you empty the body, the hips drop down. As you empty the body, the shoulders get heavy. And every time we empty the body, we just get a little bit more tapped into our connection to the earth. And now noticing our inhales. How does the breath fill the body? Does it rise evenly through the belly, the ribs, the top of the lungs, all the way up into the neck? Allow the breath to create space for itself to spread. Notice the crown of the head lifting up towards the sky. So we have this polarity in the inhale and the exhale between the heaven and the earth. And we, as embodied jiva beings, living beings in our bodies, occupy this space in between. And the space of our practice, when considered this way, becomes a space of transformation. Let your next inhale lift the arms up overhead. Palms meet at the top of the breath. Exhale, pulling the hands down through heart center. Setting an intention, perhaps just to observe and flow through these different transformations. To comfortably occupy the space between heaven and earth. Blinking open the eyes, let your hands come to your knees and notice which leg is in front for me. My left side is always the side that I start with. And we'll just switch in a couple minutes. So inhaling, the chest comes over to the left and forward. And exhale, rounding back. And moving like this with the breath, inhaling forward, rounding back. Noticing where your body needs a little bit of grace. Maybe you're finding that stickiness in the shoulders, like me. Maybe you're noticing it more in some part of the back or in the hips. Stirring it up. Making room for a smooth transformation. Inhale, come up to a long, tall spine. Bring your hands behind your hips. The fingertips point towards your hips. Press down into the palms of the hand, lifting the chest. Maybe inhaling to lift the hips up off the earth, arching the spine, sending the heart to the sky. Breathing into the space across the chest. Exhale, let the hips come down. Crawl the hands forward, taking a gentle forward fold just for a breath or two. Press down through the hands to send the hips back and ground down into the earth. Walk the hands back in towards the body. And whatever leg is in front, just extend that leg out long, keeping the other foot in the inseam of the thigh. So for me, right foot is on the inseam of the left thigh. Inhale, the arms stretch up, flex the toes of the extended leg back towards the body, and then exhale, open to the side. So me reaching over to the with the right towards the left. And feel the chest spinning open. Feel the shoulder blades on the back, pulling down the back. The sides of the neck are long, so you can turn your gaze up underneath your armpit. Feel the expansion of the breath in the lower back. And as you exhale, feel that hip sinking down into the earth evenly. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come up through center, and now we'll just switch the crossing of the legs. So I'm bringing my right shin in front. My hands come to the knees. And let's start to take those circles in the opposite direction. So the chest comes to the right and forward, and then rounds back on the exhale. Moving into this fluid, circular movement. Allowing it to serve your body's needs this morning. On your next inhale, find the tall spine through the center, bringing the hands behind the hips. Moving into that back bend, opening up the chest first. Feel the chest lifting, and then maybe lifting the hips up if that's appropriate for you. Press down into the hands to lift the chest higher. One more inhale. Exhale, the hips come down. Crawl your hands forward, forward fold. Inhale, come up to sit. And we'll extend the front leg out to the side. For me, right leg comes out, left leg inseam of the right thigh. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, opening, stretching through the side body. Feeling the heart turn up. Feeling the shoulder blades even and level on the back of the body. Inhale, come up through center, and we'll switch onto all fours. Let's start to lubricate our hip joint a little bit. Inhaling, lifting that right leg up behind us, and then exhaling, starting to make big circles, bringing the knee towards the elbow, and then straightening the leg out behind. Keeping the breath fluid, keeping the movement fluid. And trying to keep our weight balanced between the remaining supports on the earth. So our hands pressed down, our knee and top of the foot pressed down. Switch directions of your circles with the knee when you get to a natural point to do so. Taking it in the less natural direction, perhaps, noticing what's going on in the hip joint. Inhale, extend your legs straight behind you. Feeling the back of the thigh lift up towards the sky. Pressing down through the right hand, pressing down through the top of the left foot. Inhale, extend left arm out in front of you, challenging our balance, tapping into our core strength. Feeling the navel hugging in towards the spine. Reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the heel. Back body is energized. One more inhale. Exhale, release everything down, all fours. Inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky. And you can just make some big circles with the arm, getting into our shoulder joint, really spending some time to lubricate the body. Switch directions of the circles. Inhale, stretch arm up to the sky. And then exhale, snake it underneath your left armpit, coming down to rest on the right shoulder, the right side of the head. Hips can stay high, or if you prefer to sink the hips back towards the heels, notice what that does for your stretch through the shoulder. Feel the sides of the neck nice and long. Inhale, unwind, right arm lifts up to the sky. And then exhale, hands come down, tabletop position. Finding our center. And once you've found that, you can then start to lift the left leg up, making circles in the hip joint. One direction. And then switching directions. Really simple, functional awakening of the body to begin. Inhale, straighten left leg long. Find that connection to the core. Find the rooting down through the left hand, through the top of the right foot. Inhale, right arm extends. Holding in this length. And exhale, release all fours. Inhale, lift left arm up. Start to make those big circles. One direction. Switching directions. Inhale, right, left arm lifts. Exhale, coming down into that shoulder stretch, snaking left elbow, left hand underneath right armpit, deciding how you want the hips to be oriented here. I like to shift mine back a little bit. I just find that that accentuates the stretch through the side of the neck. Inhale, unwind, reaching up. And exhale, hands come down, all fours. Tuck the toes, take an inhale. And then exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. And then find stillness. Your knees may still be bent. And you just feel the inner corners of the heels really reaching down. Feel the inner thighs turn on. Press down into the hands. Feel like there's a belt around your lower ribs. So everything is held in a nice long line. We're not like splaying out through the ribs. We're holding the form together with control. As you exhale, feel the navel pull towards the spine and then up. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, navel pulls back and up, engaging our Mula Bandha, our pelvic floor root lock. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, step your hands to the top of the mat, walking them forward, hanging down over the legs. Put your fists together, put them down in between your arches to make sure that you are, in fact, at hips width distance with the feet. Draping forward. Move around on your feet. Notice where your different points of balance are. So I'm just moving from side to side as far as I can without tipping over. And then I'm going to move forward and backwards as far as I can without tipping over. Just noticing where the center emerges. Maybe take a couple circles. And then really hone in on that center. Stamp the feet down. Feel the inseams of the legs rise up. Feel the head drop down, the torso hanging heavy. If you want a little shoulder opening here, you can interlace the fingers behind the back. My shoulders are feeling tender, so I'm going to skip it. See if you can tap into that Mula Bandha on your exhales, feeling the belly inhale, expand, and then exhale, the navel close to spine. You can feel the belly hollow out and maybe you find a little bit of a deeper fold. Releasing the hands, bringing them to the waist, bend the knees. Inhale, lift up with the flat back, come to Tadasana. Roll the shoulders out in one direction. And then let's take it in the other direction. Lots of circles. Feeling like we need to really loosen up. Swing the arms back and forth, see how it feels. Let out an open mouth exhale, that might feel great. And then coming to stillness in Tadasana, press down into the feet, feel the inseams of the legs rising, feel the inner thighs rotating back, feel the lower back spread, making room for the tailbone to drop, making room for the heart to lift, for the crown of the head to lift, for the breath to flow long through the whole central channel of the body, all the way up from the heels to the crown, and then all the way back down. Classical Surya Namaskar. Inhale, arms lift, gaze lifts. Exhale, gaze follows the hands as we fold in over the legs. Inhale, step right foot back, lower right knee. Exhale. Inhale, lift up, Anjayasana, hands to the sky, arching the heart towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank. Exhale, lower knees, then chest and chin, keeping the butt popped up. Inhale, pull through the heels of the hands to drag the chest forward for cobra, roll the shoulders down the back, open the heart, then exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward inside of the right thumb, lower left knee. Inhale, lift up, Anjayasana, arms to the sky, heart to the sky. Exhale, hands come down, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, roll up, reach up, lift the gaze. Exhale, pull the gaze and the hands down together through heart center. Inhale, arms lift, gaze lifts. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, left foot steps back. Exhale, left knee lowers. Inhale, lift up, Anjayasana, hands to the sky, heart to the sky. Exhale, fold in, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, pull the chest forward, lift the heart, press the tops of the feet down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward, lower right knee. Inhale, lifting up, heart to the sky, arms to the sky. Exhale, stepping forward, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up, reaching up, lifting the gaze, hands meet, exhale, hands pull down through heart center. Breathing here, feeling the effects of that flow. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, lower right knee. Inhale, lift up, Anjayasana. Exhale, hands come down, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Keep the movement fluid as you inhale to pull into your back bend, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, rolling back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot lifts. Exhale, step it forward, lower left knee. Inhale, Anjayasana. Exhale, fold in, step forward. Inhale, roll up, reach up, lift up. Exhale, hands to the heart, keeping it fluid, keeping the movement going. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, lower left knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands down, step back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slither forward, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, rolling over the toes back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward, lower right knee. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, reach up, lift up, hands meet. Exhale, hands and gaze come down to the heart. Settling. And now let's move into a little balancing sequence. Beginning with tree pose, root down into your left foot, turn right knee out, lift the sole of the foot in, up the inseam of the leg, wherever it is other than the knee is great. Press down into the standing leg, feel the muscles hug in towards the bone, press into that standing strong leg with the right foot. Hands can be at the heart center. Feeling the midline rising up, staying steady as we transform, maybe growing the branches overhead. Inhale, keep the gaze steady on something that's not moving. Bring your knee out in front of you, your right knee, keep that leg lifted. You can bring your left hand to the outside edge of the right thigh and inhale, twist open, maybe reaching back through the right leg, maybe kicking out through the right foot. Navel pulls to spine on the exhale. Inhale back to center. Keep the legs straight if you can. And then exhale, tipping forward, reaching that right leg back, coming through warrior three, pausing and holding. Reaching forward, hands can be alongside the body, hands can be at heart center. Press through the back heel, one more inhale here in the balance. And then exhale, release softly, right toes come down to the ground. Inhale, arms lift, crescent lunge. Back of the leg reaches up towards the sky. Press down into the front heel. Feel the heart peeling up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left, tucking right elbow on left knee. Pressing through the palms to open the chest to the side. Keep the legs really strong. Feel the inner thighs. Exhale, feel the navel to the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open up, warrior two, spin back foot down to the earth, bend deeply into the front knee. Stretch across the chest, roll the shoulders down the back. Sink down into the front knee, press down through the outer edge of the back foot. Gaze is out over your left fingers. Inhale, reverse the warrior left arm to the sky. Exhale, straighten the leg, tilting forward, Trikonasana. Hand comes to the shin or the ankle or the earth or the big toe. Keeping the sides of the waist long, keeping the crown of the head reaching forward. Gaze turns up to the upper fingers. Right hand comes to right waist, bend into the front knee, reach forward with your left fingertips, shifting into Ardha Chandrasana, right leg, flexes and lifts to the sky. Chest turns open to the right. Arm lifts up, gaze starts to lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot comes down to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root down, come to stand tall, reach up overhead, hands meet. Exhale, pull hands down through heart center. Centering. And then we'll shift to tree pose on the other side, rooting down into the right foot, left sole of the foot lifts to the inseam of the right leg. Find your nice, tall, steady, center-lined tree. Maybe grow its branches, maybe lift your gaze. Staying balanced, move your left knee forward, maybe extend that leg out long. Right hand comes to outer left thigh. Inhale, open, twisting to the left. Reaching back with the left fingertips. Press down into the standing leg. Press out through the sole of the extended foot. Reach out through your left fingers. Tap into that core connection, navel to spine. Inhale, come back through center. Keep the leg lifted. Exhale, tilt forward. Find your warrior 3. Body in a straight line. One more inhale. Exhale, lower with control to crescent lunge. Inhale, arms lift, open the chest. Breathe into the space. One more inhale. Exhale, turn it into a twist. Twisting to the right, left elbow, right thigh. Palms pressed together, opening the chest. Lift the gaze. Legs are strong. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, spiral open, warrior 2. Back foot spins down. Bend deep into that front knee. Reach out through the fingertips, stretch the chest, roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, straighten the leg, reach forward, Trikonasana. Stamp down into the feet. Feel the power lifting up from the earth, all the way to the sky. Left hand to left hip, bend into that front knee, reach forward with the right fingers, shifting into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Flex through the lifted leg, make it really strong as your standing leg. Find a little bit more stability and then extend in all directions actively. Last inhale, exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet out so they're as wide as your mat. Heels stay on the mat, toes can spill off onto the floor. And exhale, sit your bum down into a Mulasana yogi squat. Elbows come to the insides of the knees, palms come together at the heart. Press down to the soles of the feet. Feel the pelvic floor lift. Feel the spine lift. The crown lifts. Hands come down to the floor. Keep the inner knees really glued to the upper arms. You can even walk the knees up towards the shoulders and stay about shoulders with distance. You're going to just tip forward and see if you can catch a little balance. You bring the toes in towards each other, hug the knees into the upper arms, feel the neck long, and maybe you find a little crow pose and just spend a few breaths here playing with what it takes to move into the pose, to shift our perspective, to maybe find a little stillness in a new way. And then when you're ready, come to sit. Extend the legs out long. Flexing through the feet. Dandasana, staff pose. Plug the hands down alongside the hips. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the heart lift. Flexing through the feet. Pressing the backs of the legs down. Pressing the heels down into the earth. Feeling the lift through the belly. Have engagement of the pelvic floor on your exhales. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And then exhale, just fold forward, reaching towards the toes. Keeping the legs strong, keeping the spine long. Roll the shoulders onto the back. The heart is like it's reaching towards your toes. Inhale, come up to sit tall. And then exhale, roll down to your back, but use the strength of the core to do it really slowly. One vertebra at a time. Feel the whole length of the spine in contact with the earth. Hug the knees into the chest. Bring your arms out to a T. And on an exhale, take a twist to whatever side your legs can be doing, whatever makes sense. I'm just stacking my knees and letting them fall to the right to begin with. Inhale, let your knees come through center. And then exhale, take the twist on to the second side. Inhale, knees come up through center. You could take a happy baby here. You could just hug the knees into the chest. You could bring the soles of the feet together down onto the earth and let the knees fall open for Supta Baddha Konasana. This is the last 4 or 5 breaths before we have a brief, complete, and total rest. Finding a symmetrical pose. And observing the body falling into evenness, into ease. When you're ready, gently making your way into corpse pose, extending the legs out long. Be wiggling the toes from side to side to really release the leg bones and muscles into rest, falling into stillness. Hands come down alongside the body. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you. Feel that gentle lift through the heart. Lift the head, tuck the chin a little bit, and then put it back down so you can really feel the length of the neck, the base of the skull, the grounding. Let the breath go. Let the effort go. Feeling free to remain here and rest as long as you like, but if you are ready to move on without losing the ease and the groundedness in the body, start to breathe a little deeper. Find a couple little movements, fingers and toes. Gather your knees into the chest as you're ready, rolling off to one side and pushing up to a seated position, returning to where we began. Let the hands come to the heart center when you arrive and observe the breath. As it moves through the body. See if you have found a more comfortable seat between heaven and earth. Inhaling for Om. Bowing forward to close the practice. Namaste.